So I'm taking my third load of lambs down to Ruswarp this morning. It's I think it's the 16th. That's what I wrote on the paper anyway. 16th November. So I actually have maybe 12 or 15 more than some years this time. So I took one load a bit sooner than I normally would do. Because typically I take a load about once a month, but so far I've done once every 3 weeks. As the prices have been quite good for the time of year, but nobody really knows what's going to happen when the Brexit's finally, which isn't very far away, is it? So it's not only that after the 1st of January the prices might drop or be very uncertain for a little while, which certainly could be the case, but there'll be a bit of a mad rush through December to pack them all off. As far, I mean, I would normally take another load through December, but if they go stupid one way or the other, I might not bother, because I want a modest number left. I think about 50. I don't have a great many to start with. In the 50, 54. I don't really know. I should know that, shouldn't I? But I just haven't worked it out. I mean, I wouldn't like to keep 50 until April or something. But then again, it might go the other way, because if they get a trade deal sorted out, or some kind of reasonably practical solution or way to keep it. I mean, I don't know whether mine necessarily are exported, but you would assume that if they aren't being exported, the price will crash, or at least drop remarkably. I don't suppose it'll go tank through the floor, but I could certainly imagine prices going down by maybe half or something to what they are at the moment, which is quite good. 80, 85, 95 for these lambs, probably. I mean, we shall see. Last time I was out with this trailer on, and I was coming home. I had actually just refueled it, which might or might not be significant. And about 3 miles further on, I came to a junction where I had to turn off the main road. Yeah, so I took my foot off the throttle basically as I came to the turning, and it just kept revving. It didn't, well, not revving, sounded like it was running flat out. It was running like at a fast idle rather than dropping right back to sort of tick over. That's coming on quite well. The old building's gone. But anyway, that was a little concerning, to say the least. And I thought, is he going to keep doing that? But he didn't really do it again. So I'm still not really sure that it wasn't me. It was somehow accidentally pressing it with my boot or something. I mean, I didn't really think that's what was happening, but it couldn't maybe rule it out. Anyway, we shall see. If it doesn't do it today, I'll be reasonably happy. But I haven't done nothing in the meantime. We have somebody was working in my shed on his own car with and he's a former mechanic. Well, he retired, I suppose, mechanic. And he had a diagnostic box with, I still had Isuzu software on it because they used to work on them. Although this would be a later model, but it still seemed to communicate with it correctly, and it showed all the things that could be. Well, firstly, it showed there was no error codes, And then things we were particularly interested in was throttle position sensor, TPS, because there's no throttle cable, obviously. It's just an electronic thing. See, it senses the position of your foot on the throttle accelerator and translates it, tells the engine, ECU or whatever, what to do. And one other thing we were a little suspicious of, because it was a bit like when you start the engine on a very cold morning, it runs like it runs at high revs to warm the engine up and get the, I don't know, they have a catalyst, whatever they have, diesels warmed up. Anyway, I thought it might be that, because if say the sensor says, oh, it's cold, basically a thermometer, if it thinks it's cold when it's not cold because it's not working, you know, like no reading might equal 0 degrees, for example. See, it might have said, oh well, I need to run the engine fast, but that was okay as well. But if it's an electronic type fault, you could equally worry that it was something that came on and off for a bit and then it failed completely. So we shall say, if nothing happens today, I should be much more confident in it that it was maybe just me. This place on the right, it was a dairy farm. I don't know if they actually had the cows there, to be honest, but anyway, Morley's have just sold that. New owners. But I think they haven't sort of gone out of the business, they've taken on something else. A similar sort of business. I can't think what it was now. They have quite a good reputation for their food and all. I don't really know much about them. I've never been in there, but I've seen some quite good reviews of them.